The man watches the old man's trembling hand and gives a slight smile, confident as he turns away. Just as he thinks victory is assured, John sinks the ball marked with a stomach symbol. Jack immediately feels something wrong in his gut. He instinctively touches his stomach, but before he can think it through, John follows up by potting the ball marked with an eye. The next moment, Jack's vision starts to blur. He stares at what's happening in disbelief, but John doesn't stop. He smoothly lines up a 2-ball combo. Jack clutches his ears in pain. He walks over to the pocket, looks at the balls that have already dropped, then looks back at the table. Only 2 balls remain, one marked with a heart, the other with a brain. Fear grips him. Jack grabs his chest and gasps for air. Meanwhile, John casually sips his drink, remarking that it doesn't really go with his wife's cooking, which is why he absolutely has to make it back alive. With that, John slaps the chalk onto the table and fixes his gaze on the balls. As he strikes, the cue ball jumps over the red ball and heads straight for the target. Jack screams for him to stop. Incredibly, the ball actually veers off as if it hurt him. Trying to calm himself, Jack downs a glass of ice water in one gulp. At this point, he can no longer tell what's real. Before the match began, the referee explained the rules. Even if all the balls were potted, Jack wouldn't die, but the pain feels completely real. Earlier, Jack had also hit John's balls, yet John showed no reaction at all. That can only mean one thing: John must have been faking it. So this shot is everything. If he misses, it's basically a death sentence. After quickly assessing the table, Jack decides that since the brain and heart are the most vital organs, hitting those 2 balls should kill John instantly. He immediately adjusts his aim, plotting out an entire route in his head. Reality slaps him hard. The plan is nearly perfect, but the ball still goes slightly off course. Jack drops to his knees in terror, and things get even worse. The cue ball stops in the perfect position. A gift-wrapped 2-ball combo for John. Jack desperately begs him. He's only 30 years old. He doesn't want to die. John calmly replies that the referee never said losing means death. Jack immediately turns to the referee for confirmation, but the only answer he gets is no comment. The referee urges him to finish the match. Jack panics. John is clearly far stronger than him. This isn't fair at all.
生きることは常に不公平なことです。あなた様、それはよくご存知でしょう。すまん。もうおしまいだ。殺されるなら、殺されるくらいなら。
That's when Jack suddenly remembers. He met his first love at a pool table. He fell in love with billiards because of her, and all of it ended because he cheated. Rage overwhelms him. He grabs the cue and charges at John, but John clearly knows how to fight. He dodges effortlessly and counters with a punch. Seeing how agile John is, Jack breaks out in a cold sweat. He attacks wildly, only to be smashed to the ground by a swing of the cue. Just as John is about to savor the moment, he suddenly sees a familiar airplane overhead, dropping bombs relentlessly onto the land below. Everything is reduced to ruins. He remembers growing up into a delinquent who bullied classmates, then gaining fame as a billiards champion, then getting married, and eventually growing old. When he snaps back to reality, Jack swings again, shattering John's glasses. John simply closes his eyes, relying purely on instinct. He catches the cue mid-swing, and shatters it with a single palm strike. Jack throws his arms around John and shoves him forward, slamming him hard into a fish tank. Even his dentures go flying. The glass explodes. That impact snaps Jack back to his senses. He crawls toward John in a panic, only to find him completely lifeless. Jack staggers backward in horror. He's really killed someone. As he stands there helplessly, the referee tells him to continue the match. The rules never said you couldn't fight. As long as a winner is decided, the game will end. Jack can't believe how cold-blooded the referee is, but he has no other choice. He keeps playing. When the final ball drops into the pocket, Jack lets out a relieved smile, and then John stands up. Jack collapses to the floor in terror. John thanks him. Being beaten made him remember something. He'd actually been bedridden for a long time due to illness. At the same time, Jack remembers too. His first love never forgave his betrayal. Instead, she stabbed him. That cold yet warm sensation makes him instinctively lift his shirt. Now he understands. Potting the balls never hurt. What hurt was the stab wound. The referee finally explains. This game exists only to decide whether the dead go to heaven or hell. As for the final result, he refuses to say. Jack can't accept that. He lunges at the referee in fury, only to be bound by countless thin threads appearing from behind him. The referee states calmly that everyone who comes here is treated fairly. By pure skill, John should have won, but Jack changed his fate. As for heaven or hell, the answer awaits inside the elevator. John whispers something to the referee. No one else hears it. Then the two of them are sent into the elevator together. Just as the doors close, John reveals a strange, unsettling smile.